All right, School of Light. Good morning. It's almost 8 o'clock here in New Mexico. For those who are just tuning in, and don't know what the School of Light is. It's what is this? A gray hair. All right. So the School of Light is a correspondence through the mail Bible study system. It's doctrinally sound. We have it in multiple languages for multiple ages. Ages actually created for ages 4 through adult. We have everyone from homeschool students to uh, public school students to people that are out of school. In fact, our oldest uh, student's about 80 something years old a few years ago. And it's simple. You just let us know, hey, I'd like to have a Bible study. We'll send it to you in the mail. Whenever you receive it, you study it, and there's an answer paper. You answer that, you put it in a prepaid envelope, send it back to us, we grade it, we make a record for it. When you finish the series, we send you a certificate of completion. And at always no cost to you. So give us a call, let us know if you have a jail ministry. We also have a lot of incarcerated students, and man, God's doing some amazing things through the Bible study or through His Word in the jail ministries. So let's hop right to it. We're in Numbers chapter 22. Balak summons Balaam. Here we go. The Israelites traveled to the plains of Moab and camped along the Jordan across from the Jericho. Now Balak, son of Zippor, saw all that Israel had done to the Amorites. And Moab was terrified because there were so many people. Indeed, Moab was filled with dread because of the Israelites. The Moabites said to the elders, let's try to it this way maybe. Said to the elders of Midian, this horde is going to lick up everything around us as an ox licks up the grass in the field. So Balak, the son of Zippor, who was king of Moab at the time, sent messengers to summon Balaam, son of Beor, who was at Pethor near the river in his native land. Balak said, a people has come out of Egypt. They cover the face of the land and they have settled next to me. Now come and put a curse on these people because they are too powerful for me. Perhaps then I will be able to defeat them and drive them out of my country. For I know that those you bless are blessed, and those you curse are cursed. The elders of Moab and Midian left, taking with them the fee for divination. When they came to Balaam, they told him what Balak had said. Spend the night here, Balaam said to them, and I'll bring you back in the answer the Lord gives me. So the Moabite princess stayed with him. God came to Balaam and asked, who are these men with you? Balaam said to God, Balak, the son of Zippor, king of Moab, sent me this message. A people has come out of Egypt that covers the face of the land. Now come and put a curse on them for me. Perhaps then I'll be able to fight them and drive them away. But God said to Balaam, do not go with them. You must not put a curse on those people because they are blessed. The next morning, Balaam got up and said to Balak's princess, go back to your own country, for the Lord has refused to let me go with you. So the Moabite princess returned to Balak and said, Balaam refused to come with us. Then Balak sent other princes, more numerous and distinguished than the first. They came to Balaam and said, this is what Balak the son of Zippor says. Do not let anything keep you from coming to me, because I will reward you handsomely and do whatever you say. Come and put a curse on these people for me. Wow. But Balaam answered them, even if Balak gave me his palace filled with silver and gold, I could do nothing great or small to go beyond the command of the Lord my God. Now stay here tonight as the others did, and I will find out what else the Lord will tell me. That night, God came to Balaam and said, since these men have come to summon you, go with them, but do only what I tell you. So the next morning, Balaam got up, saddled his donkey, and went with the princes of Moab. But God was very angry when he went, and the angel of the Lord stood in the road to oppose him. Balaam was riding on his donkey, and two of his servants were with him. When the donkey saw the angel of the Lord standing in the road with a drawn sword in his hand, he turned off the road and into a field. Balaam beat the donkey to get her back on the road. Then the angel of the Lord stood in a narrow path between two vineyards with the walls on both sides. When the donkey saw the angel of the Lord there, she pressed close to the wall, crushing Balaam's foot against it. So he beat her again. Then the angel of the Lord moved on ahead and stood in a narrow place where there was no room to turn, either to the right or to the left. When the donkey saw the angel of the Lord, she lay down under Balaam, and he was angry and beat her with his staff. Then the Lord opened the donkey's mouth, and she said to Balaam, "What have I done to you to make you beat me these 3 times?" Balaam answered the donkey, "You have made a fool of me. If I had a sword in my hand, I would kill you right now." The donkey said to Balaam, "Am I not your own donkey, which you have always ridden to this day? Have I been in the habit of doing this to you?" "No," he said. Then the Lord opened Balaam's eyes, and he saw the angel of the Lord standing in the road with his sword drawn. So he bowed low and fell face down. The angel of the Lord asked him, "Why have you beaten your donkey these 3 times? I have come here to oppose you because your path is a reckless one before me. The donkey saw me and turned away from me these 3 times. If she had not turned away, I would have certainly killed you by now, but I would have spared her." Balaam said to the angel of the Lord, "I have sinned. I did not realize you were standing in the road to oppose me. Now, if you are displeased, I will go back." The angel of the Lord said to Balaam, "Go with the men, but speak only what I tell you." So Balaam went with the princess of Balak. When Balak heard that Balaam was coming, he went out to meet him at the Moabite town on the Arnon border, at the edge of his territory. Balak said to Balaam, "Did I not send you an urgent summons? Why didn't you come to me? Am I really not able to reward you?" "Well, I have come to you now," Balaam replied, "but can I say just anything? I must speak only what God puts in my mouth." Then Balaam went with Balak to Kiriath Huzoth. Balak sacrificed cattle and sheep and gave some to Balaam and the princes who were with him. The next morning, Balak took Balaam up to Bamoth Baal, and from there he saw part of the people. It's so interesting. There's this part here that kind of stuck out to me. And it's where Balaam says, "Even if Balak gave me his palace and filled it with gold, I could not do anything great or small to go beyond the command of the Lord my God." That was one. And the other part, let's see, in verse 12, 22 verse 12, where he says, "But God said to Balaam, do not go with them. You must not put a curse on those people because they are blessed." So you have a people. They're hiring some guy, this guy in this case Balaam, to put a curse on the whole thing, on the whole assembly, so that the leaders of Moab could defeat them, because they were scared that they were going to get their resources or something like that. But God says to him, "Do not curse them. You must not put a curse on people because they are blessed." And then Balaam answers later on, "Even if Balak gave me all the gold, everything I could ask for, I could not do anything great or small to go beyond the command of the Lord my God." So then God says, "Hey, since these guys have come to summon you, go with them." In life, there's going to be people that, if you're a Christian, say you really really love God, and you're trying to grow, you're trying to, and you are growing. It's not even trying. You're reading the Word, you're studying. God's Spirit is growing you from the inside, strengthening your spirit, showing you truths, wiping old sandy foundations that you built your life on and replacing with rock solid, deep, strong foundations that will withstand anything. And let's see, I'm gonna try to keep it short because we're at 10 minutes. And they ask him to curse God's people. And in your case, it could be family, relative, neighbor, or somebody that barely knows you. Um, you you you're not doing anything wrong. And like these Israelites, the people were afraid that they were going to lick up all their grass like the ox in the field because there's so many of them. And it appears to me that they had a fear of the Jews or the Israelites using all their resources, I suppose. And so they turn around. So and the same thing with you, with us, with me, with other Christians, is you might not even be a threat to taking anyone's resources, but the devil, uh, thoughts of fear, greed, whatever it is, inspires them to try to get rid of you in a way. But have comfort and take a hold of this promise that if God is for you and you're in this place like He wants you to be, and these people are cursing you, remember what God says to Balaam: do not go with them. You must not put a curse on those people because they are blessed. So people are putting a curse on you. Oh, that son of a biscuit. That's whatever it is. This curse, different ways. Um, they're going against God's word. And what happens? Well, sometimes God might send the angel of the Lord to kill them. And in this case, it was a donkey, an ass, that saw more of God's truth than this prophet guy, this guy who is supposed to be able to pray to God and Balaam and answer his prayer, whether it's a curse or a blessing or whatever. So that's 12 minutes. I'm going to keep each one of these short, less than 10 minutes or right around 10-minute mark. Schooloflight.org. Check out my Facebook page, School of Light. School of Light. And on the YouTube, I post these and I share them on the School of Light's Facebook page, so you can see those there as well. Thank you. Have a good day. God bless. Make the best of it. God bless.